Hello, law enforcement officers. You have Eduardo Matos speaking here, and I'm gonna teach you some things I know, or I think I know, about laws. Uh, I see a lot of LSPD members, for example, doing charge stacking, and it's simple not to do charge stacking. You must know this laws topic by the whole. You need to know all of it. You just go to the faction information and discussion and you open the laws topic updated. And here you can find every law. You see this, the offense, the definition, the punishment, and cannot be charged with. There are some tricks for this cannot be charged with things. Let me show you. Speeding, for example. Uh, this topic is not complete. So when you see speeding here, you see that it cannot be charged with reckless driving, illegal shortcut, or public endangerment. But if you go to illegal shortcut, you don't see speeding here. It's missing. So you always have to check both charges before charging. Let's say you think that you can add illegal shortcut and speeding. So you want to make sure of that. So you won't be the last topic and you go and you check only illegal shortcut. You will make a charge stack because you always have to check the other charge too. So you have to check speeding too. And if you see, you cannot put illegal shortcut with speeding. Always check both. Reckless driving is one kind of a charge where we always have to put kind of a every suspect evades and they always evades in a car. That happens oftenly. And if you see, it cannot be put with speeding because speeding is a form of driving recklessly. It cannot be put with illegal shortcut because when you reckless driving, you do illegal shortcuts. But so one implies another. So basically, you cannot put charges when one charge implies another. So with reckless driving, for example, you are speeding, you are doing illegal shortcuts. So it's a bigger charge. So those are precise charges with less ticket values. In this case, is a bit bigger. So this can also be explored, like instead of putting reckless driving, if the person is actually speeding, you can put speeding, then you make a bigger ticket or do a bigger fine depending on the other crimes. So you guys gotta know how to use that. And illegal shortcuts, there's an advantage here. The disadvantage is the price. You have less tickets values. So here you got from 100 to 300, and here you got 1,000, and here you got 1,500. So why would I put illegal shortcut if I can put reckless driving and make him pay 1,000 fine? Well, there's a simple reason of that. Illegal shortcut doesn't stack with public endangerment. Public endangerment cannot be put with speeding or reckless driving. That means you can put illegal shortcut and public endangerment. That's something to be explored when the person does not make a discharge of a firearm in public. Because if you put them both, then you add discharge of a firearm in public, you'll be stacked. If you put public endangerment, if you put reckless driving, and discharge of a firearm. So if the person is evading in a car and the person is doing illegal shortcuts, you can put illegal shortcut and public endangerment. This will give you this 1,000 fine plus this 300 fine and this 4 minutes that can be used. So if your suspect is evading, he's also doing a public endangerment and he's doing an illegal shortcut. If you see here, evading arrest, for example, it gives you 2 minutes and 500 charge. But it cannot be stacked with FTC or resisting arrest. You're going to see that later. So let's focus on my point here. My point here is if your suspect doesn't shoot, if he didn't fire a weapon on you, it's very profitable for you as a cop to charge him with public endangerment and illegal shortcut instead of adding only reckless driving, for example. About now let's talk about this evading arrest versus failure to comply versus resisting arrest. You see, resisting arrest, what does it give me? It makes me I cannot stack with obstruction of justice. I cannot stack with failure to comply nor evading arrest. What is failure to comply? It's a different case. You see, with failure to comply, you cannot add failure to provide ID to. What does it mean? It means that it's better it's better if you add failure to provide ID if your suspect is failing to provide it. And instead of adding failure to comply, you add this plus the evading arrest charge or the resisting arrest charge, because they can be put together, these two. But failure to provide ID can't be put with failure to comply. That means failure to comply is more it gets more charges, it gets more stacking possibilities. That means this is not a good charge to add at all. I always try to add resisting arrest instead of failure to comply, because if the suspect failed to provide his ID when I'm cuffing him, when I'm arresting him, I can add both, and I have two charges with no stacking. About obstruction of justice, if you cannot fail to provide ID, let's say the suspect didn't fail to provide his ID. Let's say he gave you his name and he did all right, but he was evading the arrest. So you add resisting arrest or evading arrest, and you also add the obstruction of justice in a case if he was interfering with the work of a law enforcement officer. So you gotta know all these charges. So you gotta compare them. So you gotta know which ones stack and which ones don't. Let me give you an example here. Let's say the suspect was evading the arrest. Let's say he was obstructing the justice, and I can put both. I can put both. Let's say he was failing. No, I cannot put later. Yeah, obstruction of justice. Okay. Let's say he was causing public endangerment. Let's say he was doing illegal shortcuts. And let's say you see there's another charge here. It's destruction of government property. You can add this instead of public endangerment, but I think public endangerment has one more minute. Oops. Yeah, it's 1,000 fine in 4 minutes. So if you have to choose between public endangerment and destruction of government property, you should choose the other one because it has a bigger fine and one more minute. So if you want to fuck your suspect, if he's a moron, if he's making fun of your face, oh fuck the police, fuck all police, fucker. If you're saying that and you want to charge him legally, like in a correct Leo way, if you want to be a good Leo, if you don't want to charge stack your suspects, but you want to fuck them inside the law, you can do that. You can pick your charges and you can add 4 fucking charges for a simple suspect that get inside a car and goes away. That's simple. If you're like let's say mischief, for example, which is a charge I don't see cops using, like criminal mischief. If a suspect punches your vehicle, a suspect deploys a punch in your cruiser and runs away inside a car, you can also add criminal mischief. So you got here 5 charges. 5 fucking charges and a more 400 ticket. And let's say harassment, for example, if he says fuck you. So we got a 6-star suspect here, a most wanted in a simple case. The suspect says fuck you. Then suspect punches your car. Then while you're patrolling, you're busy, then he punches your car. Then he says fuck you, then he gets in a car and Grand Theft Auto if he steals it from someone. Then you have 7 charges. And suspect evades the arresting after told to stop. Like you tell put your hands up, or you tell stop your vehicle and turn off your engine. Then he starts driving away, so he's evading the arrest, like on the first charge. And then he starts to do illegal shortcuts, and finally he put lives in danger driving that way, like doing illegal shortcuts. You're putting lives in danger because you're like driving on the sidewalk or something. That's an illegal shortcut, and that's why it is illegal. So you can add illegal shortcut and public endangerment if he keeps doing that. So in this scenario, A guy comes to you, he says, fuck you. He punches your car. He gets inside a car and he evades and he starts to do illegal shortcuts and he put lives in danger. You can add 6 fucking stars. You can start to shoot that motherfucker. But it's not recommended because it's always good to follow the force matrix precisely. Even if he's a most wanted felon, he would be FM5. But it's better if you don't shoot him if you really don't need to. But as he's the most wanted, let's say you're allowed to shoot him for doing these crimes. First crime, harassment. Second crime, well, second crime, punches your car. He's doing a criminal mischief. Third crime, he gets in a car, and if he steals it, it would be grand theft auto as a 7th charge. But you cannot add 7. He gets in a car and he evades the car. He's evading arrest. He starts to do illegal shortcuts. He would be doing illegal shortcuts, and he puts lives in danger. He would be doing a public endangerment. And while you're patrolling, if he does that while you're busy or doing an arrest or telling someone else to stop or something, he could be obstructing the justice. Or what's funny is that aiding and abetting can be stacked with obstruction of justice. So if you have, let's say you're telling someone else to stop, then he comes and punches your car and says "fuck you," that would be aiding and abetting as an 8th charge. You can put both together. That's funny. So you got a case here scenario, and you arrested a motherfucker for punching your car. He's going to the most wanted prison, and he's being fucked up. I hope you like this tutorial. I hope you guys start paying attention on this laws topic because it can give you a lot of information. About the FCC violation, I wanted to say something too, because if you check the FBI topic on it, wait a second. Here, if you check the FBI topic on it, you're gonna see that you can charge people for selling spastic, eagle from the desert, MP5 player, for example, water guns, toy guns. You can charge people for that. Spaghetti, buying spaghetti with 2 and 12 noodles. You can also add grass, pottery, Mary Jane, marijuana, ganja, crackers, sugar, white powder, crackers. You can charge people for that. So, cops, pay attention. Some motherfucker adding something on the advertisement, he's violating the broadcasting laws. So you can add FCC violation, but take care because this charge cannot also be stacked. There aren't any charges that can be stacked with themselves more than once. You cannot like put 3 or 4 times this same charges only one time. Same for FCC and same for any other one. So I guess you like this tutorial. I guess you pay attention to it. And if you're not a cop, please also pay attention to it and follow the law because you can evade or work if you're trying to know the laws better. If you don't want to commit much crimes, always walk with 0 crack, 20 pot. No one can charge you if you walk with this amount. You can put the rest inside your car and hide it. So if you're a cop or not, I think you're gonna take something out of this video. Please read this topic. It's amazing and it's important. See you guys.